There are places in this world that should remain untouched, places that remember, and if you disturb them, they don't forget you either. I never believed in ghosts. I always thought hauntings were just stories made up to scare children. But the night I stepped into that house, everything changed. This is the story of how I made the worst mistake of my life, and why I can never escape what followed me home. My name is Adil, and I've always been fascinated by abandoned places. There's something eerie yet exciting about walking through places frozen in time, left untouched for decades. It was this curiosity that led me to the old Mirza house, a crumbling mansion hidden deep within Karachi's forgotten streets. People said the house was cursed, that strange sounds echoed from inside at night, that no one who entered ever stayed the same. But legends never scared me. I thought they were just stories, until I walked through its rusted gates. The moment I stepped inside, I felt it. A weight in the air. The kind that presses against your skin and makes your breath feel heavy. The house wasn't just abandoned, it was waiting. I turned on my flashlight, the beam flickering against cracked walls covered in blackened stains. The wooden floor creaked beneath my feet as I moved forward, past broken furniture and shattered mirrors. The air was thick, carrying the scent of something rotten, something old. Then, I heard it, a whisper, so close, yet so distant. Leave, before it sees you. I spun around, my flashlight trembling in my grip. But there was no one there. The only thing behind me was the empty hallway, except now the entrance door was gone. I knew I had left it open. I was sure of it. But now, all I saw was an endless corridor stretching into the dark. A cold dread settled in my stomach. Something was wrong. I tried to retrace my steps, but the hallway seemed different, longer. The walls felt like they were closing in, the shadows stretching, twisting. My heartbeat pounded in my ears as I picked up my pace. Then, out of the corner of my eye, something moved. A dark figure, standing at the end of the hallway. Tall, motionless, its face hidden in the shadows. I lifted my flashlight, but the second the beam touched it, the figure vanished, as if it had never been there. A chill crawled up my spine. I wasn't alone in this house. I forced myself to move forward, trying doors, searching for a way out. They were all locked. The windows, too. It was as if the house had sealed itself shut. Then, a creaking sound echoed through the silence. A door opening. Somewhere upstairs. I didn't want to go up. Every instinct screamed at me to stay away. But my feet moved on their own, drawn by something unseen. Something pulling me deeper. The stairs groaned under my weight as I climbed, the darkness thickening around me. At the top, a single door stood ajar. And then, I saw it. A mirror, covered in dust, standing in the center of the room. But my reflection, it wasn't mine. It stared back at me, identical yet wrong. Its eyes were too dark, its mouth stretched into a grin I wasn't making. Then, it moved, before I did. My reflection tilted its head, watching me. Then, it lifted its hand and reached out. The moment its fingers touched the glass, the lights went out. I don't remember how long I stood in that darkness, heart hammering, breath frozen. But then, the whispers started, hundreds of them, hissing, murmuring, closing in from all sides. Then, I felt something. Cold fingers brushing against my neck. I ran, down the stairs, through the endless hallway, slamming against walls, searching, praying for a way out. Then, I saw it. The door. Wide open. Without thinking, I lunged forward, throwing myself through it, and everything went black. When I woke up, I was outside, lying on the ground in front of the house. The air was cold, and the house stood silent, watching. The door was shut, as if it had never opened. I scrambled to my feet and ran, vowing never to return. Days passed, and I convinced myself it was just my imagination, that I had let fear get the best of me. But then, the whispers started. At first, they were faint, distant, but each night they grew closer. Then, one evening, as I glanced at the mirror in my room, I saw it, my reflection, standing completely still, smiling. And this time, it wasn't me.